All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sanjay Mattu. The headlines. Full Election Commission to review poll preparations in Rajasthan today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address election rallies in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Severe cyclonic storm Gaja crosses Tamil Nadu coast between Nagapattinam and Vedaranyam early this morning, causing ferocious winds and rainfall. Government delegates powers to local bodies for giving environmental clearance for construction of buildings, educational institutions and hospitals. Sri Lankan Parliament to take up fresh no-confidence motion against new government of Mahinda Rajapaksa. Pankaj Advani wins his third straight billiards title, taking his tally of world titles to 20. And in cricket, India beat Ireland by 52 runs to enter semi-finals of ICC Women's World T20. An election commission team will reach Udaipur today on a two-day visit of Rajasthan. Chief Election Commissioner O.P. Rawat, along with Commissioner Sunil Arora and Ashok Lavasa, will review preparations for assembly elections in the state. Talking to AIR this morning, Mr. Rawat said,
कमीशन आज उदयपुर में उदयपुर और जोधपुर डिवीजन के सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के कलेक्टर्स और एसपीज और आईजी डीआईजी के साथ समीक्षा करेगा ताकि उनकी पूरी प्रिपेयर्डनेस है कि नहीं उसकी जानकारी हो जाए और उसके बाद शाम को जयपुर पहुंचेंगे आज ही वहां पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के कंसर्न्स जानेंगे उनकी चिंताएं जानेंगे वहां सिविल सोसाइटी और डिसेबिलिटीज के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उनसे भी चर्चा होगी कमीशन पूरा संतोष करना चाहेगी कि 7 दिसंबर को होने वाली पोलिंग के लिए राजस्थान पूरी तरह तैयार है.
In Chhattisgarh, a total of 1,101 candidates are in the fray in the second phase of assembly elections for 72 seats on the 20th of this month. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to address an election rally at Ambikapur, the divisional headquarters of Sarguja. Congress leaders Raj Babbar and Navjot Singh Sidhu and Bahujan Samaj Party chief Mayawati will also address rallies at various places. A report.
In the second phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh, there are about 17 constituencies where the contest will be keenly watched. Chhattisgarh Assembly Speaker Gaurishankar Agrawal and 9 cabinet ministers are among the prominent faces who are trying their electoral luck in this phase. Besides, state presidents of both BJP and Congress are contesting in second phase. The leader of opposition T.S. Singh Dev, former Union Minister Charandas Mahant and former Chief Minister Ajit Jogi are also among the key contestants. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
In Madhya Pradesh, campaigning has gained momentum for the 230 assembly seats of the state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address 2 public meetings in Mahakaushal and Chambal regions. Voting will be held in Madhya Pradesh on the 28th of November.
Prime Minister will first address a public meeting in the tribal-dominated Shahdol district and later in Gwalior. During his 5 days tour to the state, Prime Minister Modi will address 2 public meetings every day. The BJP has planned PM Modi's campaign to cover 10 prominent districts in the state. BJP President Amit Shah, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Textile Minister Smriti Irani, Sambit Patra, Kamal Nath and many other senior leaders will also address public meetings today. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Mizoram, electioneering is picking up with the polling date approaching near. The state is going to the polls on the 28th of this month to elect the 40-member state assembly. The counting of votes will be taken up in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Telangana and Mizoram on the 11th of December. The BJP yesterday released another list of 20 candidates for the ensuing assembly elections in Telangana. Those included in the list are Akula Rajaya, who will contest from the Medak seat, Devara Karunakar from Nampalli, while Dr. Vuppala Sarada will be the party candidate from Khammam seat. The severe cyclonic storm Gaja crossed the Tamil Nadu coast between Nagapattinam and Vedaranyam early this morning with ferocious winds and torrential rainfall. The Indian Meteorology Department has said the eye of the storm began to make the landfall after midnight and took about 2 hours to move into the land terrain completely. However, though the eye of the storm has moved onto the land, parts of the outer band of the storm are still in the sea, continuing to cross the shores. The Met Department said the severe cyclone will take several hours to weaken. It's set to reach the Arabian Sea via midwestern Tamil Nadu and Kerala by tomorrow. Our correspondent says Nagapattinam district continues to be pounded by torrential downpour coupled with stormy winds gusting up to 117 kilometers an hour. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Ferocious winds ripped apart the roofs of many houses and uprooted trees in Vedaranyam, Nagapattinam and other areas in the vicinity of the cyclone. The State Disaster Management Authority has said over 82,000 people have taken shelters in cyclone relief centers in the districts identified as vulnerable. Educational institutions in most of the central and southern districts of Tamil Nadu and 2 of Puducherry remain closed. Relief works were carried out all through the night. The authorities heaved a sigh of relief that loss of lives have been limited to very few, though full details are yet to arrive. Jay Singh, AR News, Chennai.
The government has delegated powers to local bodies to ensure compliance of environmental conditions for buildings, construction and area development projects measuring between 20,000 and 50,000 square meters. According to a notification of the Union Environment Ministry, local bodies have also been given the powers to ensure environmental conditions are followed at industrial sheds, educational institutions, hospitals and hostels. The notification said local bodies such as municipalities, development authorities and district panchayats shall stipulate environmental conditions while granting permission for the building or construction projects. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. The Sri Lankan Parliament will take up a fresh no-confidence motion against the new government of Mahinda Rajapaksa after an understanding was reached between the President and Parliament Speaker to defuse the crisis. The motion will be taken up this afternoon after the last 2 days' proceedings were lost in the commotion on the issue. President Maithripala Sirisena told opposition leaders and the Speaker during a meeting last evening that he's not opposed to moving a motion against the Rajapaksa government. A former minister said the President also promised not to prorogue Parliament again, but insisted that the motion should be worded in a proper way and that set procedure should be followed. Sri Lanka has been facing a political crisis since President Maithripala Sirisena appointed Mahinda Rajapaksa as the new Prime Minister, replacing Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe last month. India, Australia, Japan and the United States have reaffirmed the ASEAN centrality as the cornerstone of a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. Officials from these countries held consultations in Singapore yesterday on regional and global issues of common interest. Their discussions focused on cooperation in various areas including connectivity, sustainable development, counter-terrorism, non-proliferation and maritime and cybersecurity. The deliberations were aimed at promoting peace, stability and prosperity in an increasingly interconnected Indo-Pacific region that the 4 countries share with each other and with other partners. Digital India is a Government of India program that aims at providing various services like issue of certificates, payment of various dues, etc. to the common man. An added benefit of the scheme is that it encourages eco-friendliness by reducing or at times even eliminating paperwork. Here's a ground report from our Trichy correspondent.
In Tamil Nadu, the focus of the Digital India program is mainly on smaller towns and rural areas. E-Seva booths or electronic service centers have been started in many of such places. They function in collaboration with the 3-tier Panchayat institutions and ensure quick, reliable and hassle-free services to the common people. Srimati Krishnaveni from Madurai says that the E-Seva centers are a boon to the people like her who have only school-level education.
The time and money spent in waiting in various offices for certificates or for paying bills have been completely eliminated. It is a matter of pride that even school-educated commoners like me are able to reap the benefits of the information technology revolution.
The Digital India scheme that has brought information technology to the doorsteps of the common man is turning out to be the key to radical transformation at the rural level. This is Dr. K. Parameswaran for AR News from Trichy.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will inaugurate the National Press Day celebrations in New Delhi today. Briefing the media last evening, Press Council of India Chairman C.K. Prasad said the winners of the National Awards for Excellence in Journalism will be honoured on the occasion. The National Press Day is symbolic of a free and responsible press in India. It was on this day that the Press Council of India started functioning as a model watchdog. On to sports now. India's ace cueist Pankaj Advani yesterday won his third straight IBSF billiards crown in the 150 up format, taking his overall tally of world titles to 20. Advani overcame Ne Thue U of Myanmar in the final. This win also marks a hat-trick of wins for Advani in the shorter format. He won in his hometown Bengaluru in 2016 before doing the same in Doha last year. India beat Ireland by 52 runs to enter the semi-finals of the ICC Women's World T20 in a group league encounter at Providence in Guyana. Chasing a target of 146 last night, Ireland could make 93 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. For India, Radha Yadav picked 3 wickets for 25 in 4 overs. Earlier put into bat, India scored 145 for 6, with Mithali Raj scoring 51 off 56 balls and Smriti Mandhana supporting the effort with 33 off 29 balls. With their third win, India with 6 points are assured of a last 4 spot along with Australia. The Women's World Boxing Championships began in Delhi yesterday. In the first round, at least 8 Indian boxers, including MC Mary Kom, were given byes. The Indian campaign begins today when in the 60-kilogram category, El Sarita Devi takes on Diana Sandra Brugger of Switzerland in the second round. More than 300 boxers from 72 countries are taking part in the event. In Uttar Pradesh, passengers travelling on a train will now be able to get Dial 100 services in case of any eventuality. The callers just have to dial the number 100 from their phone to get the help of the police, the fire brigade and the government railway police. This service, the first of its kind in the country, was launched by Director General of Police O.P. Singh in Lucknow yesterday. And now, for a look at today's newspapers for the major stories, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Sanjay. The political crisis brewing in Britain over Brexit dominates the front pages of many papers. The Hindu reports, UK faces a new crisis over Brexit, deal in doubt as several ministers quit. PM May faces no confidence move. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis's comments on the demand for reservations in educational institutions and government jobs by the Maratha community are widely covered in the press. The Hindustan Times writes, CM Fadnavis hints at quota for Marathas. On the report submitted by the state's Backward Class Commission on the matter, the Indian Express reports, Marathas backward class, says panel, clears way for quotas. The all-party meet called by the Kerala Chief Minister on the Sabrimala temple standoff is noticed by most papers. The Tribune writes, all-party meeting fails to end Sabrimala deadlock. Government firm, opposition walks out, separate women praying days suggested. In a special story on the CBI's investigations into the murders of some prominent rationalists and journalist Gauri Lankesh, the DNA quotes the investigating agency as saying Dhabholkar, Pansare, Kalburgi and Lankesh murders linked. Taking note of an Indian embassy press release in Beijing on the talks between defense delegations of India and China, the Asian Age reports India-China to step up border military meets. Reporting on the defense meeting, the Hindustan Times writes, Sino-India military plan lays stress on communication. On the latest defense deal of the government, the Times of India writes, government clears deck for 24 US copters, issues letter of request to acquire MH-60 choppers worth 13,500 crore rupees. Highlighting the pace of highway construction under the present NDA government, the Financial Express reports NDA beats UPA and in less time. And finally, pictures of the smiling newlywed couple, Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone, are splashed in all the papers. The Hindustan Times captions its photograph, Mr. and Mrs. Bollywood. And with that, it's back to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, Subhadra. That was a look at today's newspapers for the major stories. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Full Election Commission to review poll preparations in Rajasthan today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address election rallies in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Severe cyclonic storm Gaja crosses Tamil Nadu coast between Nagapattinam and Vedaranyam early this morning, causing ferocious winds and rainfall. Government delegates powers to local bodies for giving environmental clearance for construction of buildings, educational institutions and hospitals. Sri Lankan Parliament to take up fresh no-confidence motion against new government of Mahinda Rajapaksa. Pankaj Advani wins his third straight billiards title, taking his tally of world titles to 20. And in cricket, India beat Ireland by 52 runs to enter semi-finals of ICC Women's World T20. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.